Have you ever wondered why you keep coming up against obstacles just when you feel like you're on the right path? The universe has led you right here to ask this question and dive deeper into the mystery behind your challenges. Because what if these difficulties are not random? What if the universe is intentionally testing you to prepare you for something greater? Joe Dispenza often talks about how the universe doesn't put obstacles in our path by accident. Quite the opposite, every challenge, every setback you experience carries a deeper meaning. They are like tests that life throws at you to see if you are ready to grow, discover your inner strength and reach the next level of your consciousness. It is in these moments of darkness that we can learn the most about ourselves, where we are challenged to transform ourselves. So challenges are not obstacles, they are opportunities for growth. Joe Dispenza describes these trials of the universe as necessary steps on the path to our own transformation. They are not there to break us, but to give us the chance to become stronger inside, let go of old patterns and realize our true potential. Every moment of difficulty is like a mirror that the universe holds up to you so that you can look inside yourself and recognize what still needs to be healed, understood, or transformed. Perhaps you have already experienced this yourself, a difficult time, a phase of uncertainty that has pushed you to your limits. In moments like these, you often ask yourself, why is this happening to me? But when you look back, you may realize that it was precisely these trials that shaped you. That they have made you stronger, wiser, and more aware. Albert Einstein once said, "In the midst of difficulties lie opportunities." And herein lies the key to Joe Dispenza's philosophy. Challenges are the gateway to new possibilities, to a higher consciousness and to a deeper connection with your inner self. By embracing these trials of the universe and not fighting against them, we open ourselves up to the greater plan that life has in store for us. Because there is a lesson hidden in every crisis. Crises challenge us to pause, question our previous ways and search for new answers. They are the masterpieces of the universe that teach us to let go, renew ourselves and move to a new, powerful level. Now we come to the question of how the universe actually guides us through these trials and what hidden messages lie within them. Let's dive deeper together into understanding these trials and discover how the universe speaks to us through these challenges. The universe is constantly communicating with you, even if you often don't recognize these messages directly. It uses events, people and situations to teach you lessons that you may not understand at first glance. Trials come in many forms, as challenges in everyday life, as recurring patterns that show up in your life, or as encounters with people who mirror your inner blockages. These trials are not random. They are targeted messages from the universe aimed at expanding your consciousness and guiding you to a deeper level of yourself. If you keep encountering similar difficulties, this is often a sign that you have not yet learned an important lesson. Perhaps you feel constant dissatisfaction in certain areas of your life or keep encountering the same challenges in relationships or at work. These recurring patterns are messages from the universe that want to show you where you should pause and take a closer look. They invite you to restore your inner balance and release what is holding you back. Recognizing these signs requires mindfulness and a conscious connection to your inner self. The universe speaks to you through moments that are often full of emotion, be it joy, fear, frustration, or even sadness. In these feelings lie clues to the deeper lessons to be learned. By becoming mindful and recognizing the connections between your outer experiences and your inner state, you can begin to understand the language of the universe. You can ask yourself the question, what is this challenge trying to teach me, or what do I need to learn about myself through this situation? Another way the universe speaks to you is through the people you meet. People who inspire or challenge you, who bring you joy or create conflict, are often mirrors for your own inner states. They show you where you can grow, where you can heal old wounds or where you still need to let go of old beliefs. These encounters are not coincidences. They are targeted tests designed to help you on your path of transformation. Intuition plays an important role when it comes to recognizing the messages of the universe. Your inner knowing, that quiet voice within you, often knows exactly what the right answer to your challenges is. However, this voice is often drowned out by external distractions or the intense emotions of everyday life. However, if you become quiet and listen to yourself, you will begin to understand the subtle cues that the universe is sending you. So the language of the universe is not loud or obvious. It is quiet, it requires mindfulness and a willingness to look deeper. If you learn to understand this language, you will realize that every challenge, every trial you encounter is not there to break you, but to guide you. Every crisis holds a hidden lesson that will help you develop and realize your full potential. Next, we will look at how you can recognize these lessons hidden behind the challenges and use them to transform your life. Every challenge you face in life carries a hidden lesson. But often we only see the unpleasantness, the pain or the stress that comes with the situation. The universe, however, tests us because it wants us to look deeper. It wants us to discover the lessons that will take us further and prepare us for the next step in our personal and spiritual development. Joe Dispenza describes these challenges as catalysts for change. They force us to pause, reflect on ourselves and question why we feel trapped in certain patterns. It is often these crises that make us aware of deeper, unconscious beliefs or blockages that subconsciously control our lives. Imagine you are in a situation that keeps recurring, be it a conflict in a relationship or a constant feeling of lack in your life. These are not just coincidences, but mirrors of what is going on inside you. The universe is asking you to look closely and find out what lessons it has in store for you. To recognize these lessons, it is important to look at the situation not just as something that happens to you, but as an opportunity to learn something about yourself. Perhaps the challenge reflects an old fear, an unconscious belief or a pattern that you have inherited from the past and that is now preventing you from moving forward. The point here is to realize that these crises are not working against you, but are asking you to take responsibility and change what is blocking you. A powerful approach to recognizing these lessons is meditation. Joe Dispenza teaches that meditation helps you to create the space in which you can pause and reflect. In the stillness of meditation, you can hear more clearly the messages the universe has for you. It is the moment in which you detach yourself from the outer world and dive deep into your inner self to recognize what changes are needed within you. An example, if you keep running into people who challenge you, the universe might be teaching you the lesson that you need to set your boundaries more clearly. Perhaps you are too often taken advantage of in certain situations because you avoid standing up for yourself. In this challenge lies the opportunity to learn to find your inner strength and to clearly say no where necessary. This is just one of many lessons hidden in everyday trials. Trust plays a central role here. You have to trust that the universe will only send you trials that you can handle. Every crisis you encounter is precisely tailored to you and your current life situation. When you build this trust and realize that the universe is testing you for a reason, you can look at these trials from a position of strength and growth. You realize that they give you the tools you need to take a new, more positive path in your life. Now that we understand how to recognize the lessons behind the challenges, in the next chapter we will look at how these insights can lead us to healing and inner transformation. It is this process of healing that ultimately enables us to overcome the trials of the universe and emerge stronger. When you begin to recognize the lessons behind the challenges, a door opens to a deeper process, inner healing. This healing is the key to not only understanding the trials of the universe, but also to mastering them. Every challenge, every setback is often a mirror for something that is still unresolved within you. It may be an old wound, an unconscious blockage or a belief that is holding you back. As soon as you discover these hidden elements within you, the path to healing begins, and with it the transformation of yourself. Joe Dispenza describes this process as a necessity in order to change not only your inner world, but also your outer reality. As long as inner wounds remain unresolved, they will be triggered again and again by external events. The universe brings you these challenges to encourage you to go deeper, heal and release the old burdens that are hindering your growth. Inner healing is about acknowledging old wounds and no longer repressing them. It is about allowing and processing the emotions associated with these wounds. You may have buried certain wounds inside you over the years, be it through difficult experiences in childhood or repeated disappointments. These emotions remain stored in your body and mind and manifest themselves in the challenges you face in life. The first step to healing is to consciously feel these emotions instead of running away from them. Techniques such as meditation and visualization are powerful tools on the path to self-healing. In meditation, you can immerse yourself in a state of deep stillness in which you reflect not only on the external trials but also on your inner blockages. By meditating regularly, you give your mind and body the opportunity to regenerate and heal old injuries. Meditation is an inward journey that allows you to let go of the past and open up to the present. Visualization is another method that helps you to actively shape your inner transformation. By repeatedly visualizing yourself mastering life's challenges and overcoming your inner blocks, you reprogram your subconscious. You begin to no longer react from hurt, but from a place of strength and self-confidence. Joe Dispenza emphasizes how important it is to use these techniques regularly to break old patterns and create new pathways. As you face these healing processes, you will notice how your outer reality changes as well. This is because the trials of the universe only reflect what is going on inside you. When you experience inner healing, many of the outer challenges will dissolve on their own. You will find that situations that would previously have thrown you off course suddenly lose their terror. Your reactions to difficult events will become calmer and you will feel a new kind of inner peace. The self-transformation that takes place through this healing process is profound. Not only will you develop a new understanding of the challenges in your life, but you will also gain the ability to deal with these trials from a position of strength. The old patterns that once held you back will be replaced with new, empowering beliefs. You are no longer overwhelmed by external circumstances, but realize that you have the power to change your life from within. Now that we understand the role of inner healing and self-transformation, let's explore in the next chapter why resistance to challenges often blocks this process and how we can learn to respond to life's trials with acceptance and trust. Resistance is a natural reaction when we encounter challenges. We often feel fear when life confronts us with difficult trials. Our first instinct is to protect ourselves, to close ourselves off and prevent more pain from happening to us. But it is precisely this resistance that slows down the process of healing and transformation. When we fight against the trials of the universe, we block the natural flow of life and deny ourselves the lessons these challenges are meant to teach us. When you react to a crisis or difficulty with fear, you narrow your awareness and go into a state of survival mode. In this state, you are caught in flight or fight, your mind is focused on overcoming the immediate threat and your body is in a constant state of tension. You are unable to recognize the lessons that lie behind the challenge because your focus is solely on resisting the situation. Joe Dispenza explains that resistance is an energetic pattern within us. When we give in to fear, we begin to direct our energy in a way that paralyzes us. We lose access to our higher consciousness that could guide us in these difficult times. Instead, we hold on to old patterns of behavior and beliefs that don't help us, but lead us back to the same situations again and again. The key is to let go of the resistance and overcome the fear. This does not mean that you ignore or trivialize the difficulties you encounter. Rather, it means facing them with an open mind and an open heart. Acceptance is the first step in overcoming resistance. When you accept a challenge and recognize it as part of your path, you open yourself up to the lessons it brings. In that moment, you step out of fear and begin to look at the situation from a higher perspective. A famous quote from Eckhart Tolle reads, "What you fight remains, what you accept changes." In this sentence lies the wisdom that fighting against what is only causes more pain and suffering. However, when you accept what life presents to you, the energy begins to change. You give the universe the opportunity to show you new paths and solutions that you would not be able to recognize in a state of resistance. Resistance often leads us to want to stay in a state of control. We try to direct things the way we want them to be instead of accepting the flow of life. But control is an illusion. We cannot always control all aspects of our lives. By learning to let go and surrender to the flow of life, we trust that the universe knows exactly what it is doing. We begin to realize that every challenge is a part of a bigger plan that ultimately leads us to growth and fulfillment. It is important to understand that by resisting, you are not only blocking the outer circumstances, but also your inner healing. Healing can only happen when you stop fighting life and instead begin to face trials with openness and trust. The moment you let go of resistance, the energy within you changes. You begin to no longer act out of fear, but from a position of inner strength. Next, we will look at how challenges, when we let go of resistance, can lead to spiritual growth and awakening. We will explore how suffering is often the catalyst for deeper realizations and spiritual enlightenment. Suffering is a deep and universal feeling that everyone experiences in their lives. It is often seen as something negative, something we want to avoid at all costs. But in truth, it is suffering that often leads us to the path of awakening. It is in the darkest moments of our lives that we have the greatest opportunity to grow spiritually and expand our consciousness. Joe Dispenza and many other spiritual teachers agree that suffering is not a pointless evil, but a catalyst for transformation. It forces us to pause and look deeper. When we encounter pain or challenges, we are often at a threshold. We can either bury ourselves in our suffering or take the chance to see it as an opportunity to expand our consciousness and understand ourselves on a deeper level. Suffering has a unique power to pull us out of our comfort zone and force us to question the deepest parts of our being. When we are in the midst of a crisis, we often realize how much we are holding on to old beliefs, old patterns of behavior or external circumstances. These painful moments challenge us to let go of what no longer serves us and make space for something new, something greater. Consider a simple example. Perhaps you have felt at some point in your life that everything is falling apart, your job, your relationships, or your health. In these moments, you feel lost, as if the ground is being torn out from under your feet. But it is in these moments that you are most open to change. It's as if the universe is forcing you to shed everything old so that you have the chance to start anew and discover your true self. Spiritual awakening often happens when we are forced by suffering to recognize our inner blockages. The pain you feel is not just a physical or emotional reaction, but a sign that something within you needs to be brought into balance. It is suffering that opens your eyes to what you need to change in your life. In this sense, suffering is not the enemy, but a teacher. An inspiring quote from Rumi reads, "The wound is the place where the light enters you." There is a deep truth in this sentence. Your wounds, be it emotional pain, loss, or disappointment, are the places where the light of consciousness can enter you. These wounds open you up to a deeper connection with yourself and the universe. They allow you to transform your suffering and use it as a means to enlightenment. When you adopt this perspective on suffering, you begin to see it no longer as something to avoid, but as an essential part of your spiritual path. It is a tool to help you let go of old identities and discover your higher self. Every challenge, every trial brings you closer to awakening, if you are willing to see the lesson in it. Now that we understand how suffering leads us to spiritual growth and awakening, let's look at how we can manifest a new reality after overcoming these challenges in the next chapter. Once you have been through the suffering and learnt the lessons, the door opens to a whole new way of consciously creating your reality. After you have gone through the suffering and recognized the lessons of your challenges, a new possibility opens up for you, the conscious creation of your reality. Every trial the universe sends you, every inner wound you heal, prepares you to change your life in a deeper, more powerful way. It's as if through these trials and the suffering that comes with them, the universe lifts you to a new vibrational level, a level where you can consciously manifest your inner and outer realities. Joe Dispenza teaches that the act of manifestation is a direct result of how you transform yourself through overcoming trials. When you release your inner blocks, leaving old beliefs and behavior patterns behind, you begin to vibrate at a higher frequency. This higher vibration attracts new possibilities and positive changes into your life. The key is that what you change on the inside is reflected in your outer reality. When you have found inner peace and self-acceptance, you begin to create a reality that reflects this state. Imagine you have overcome a difficult life crisis, perhaps a health challenge or a difficult relationship. After you have gone through this process, you feel stronger and clearer in yourself. This inner clarity means that you no longer allow yourself to be determined by external circumstances, but consciously direct your energy towards what you really want to manifest in your life. Your new vibration sends a clear message to the universe: I am ready for positive change. And the universe responds by sending you new opportunities, encounters and experiences that align with this new energy. An important part of this process is consciously directing your thoughts and emotions. Once you have let go of the old patterns, it is crucial that you align your mind with what you really want to create. Your thoughts are the seed from which your new reality grows. Joe Dispenza emphasizes that through meditation and visualization you can consciously direct your thoughts towards the future you want to create. You visualize how it feels to live in the new reality, how you move, act and interact with the world. These visualizations send strong signals to your brain and your environment and help you to draw this reality into your life. It is not only thinking, but also feeling that plays a crucial role. Your emotions are the energy that gives power to your manifestations. If you want to create a new reality, you must learn to feel the emotions you want to experience in that new reality. Do you want to manifest more love in your life? Then start feeling love, even in moments when it may not come to you immediately. Do you want to manifest more success and fulfillment? Then allow yourself to experience this feeling of success and abundance right now, even if it is not yet visible in your outer world. This emotional alignment is the magnet that draws the outer reality to you. As you go through the trials of life, you will realize that they are preparing you internally for this very moment, the moment when you consciously begin to shape your reality. It is no longer the suffering that defines you, but the clarity and strength you have gained by overcoming these challenges. You will realize that you have the power to change your thoughts, your emotions, and therefore your entire reality. Now that you have gone through the inner healing and transformation, you are at a turning point. You are on the threshold of a new reality, a new creation that results directly from your inner growth. By learning to utilize the energy you have gained from overcoming your trials, you are opening the door to a world that matches your highest aspirations. Now that we understand the power of manifestation, in the final chapter we will look at how the universe is always by your side as your teacher. It is a teacher that not only tests you, but also continuously guides you on your path and shows you the way to inner and outer success. After going through the trials of life and realizing the power of manifestation, the moment comes when you need to understand the bigger perspective. The universe is not only an unseen observer of your journey, but also your constant teacher. It guides you through challenges, gives you insights and shows you what you need to grow on your path. This final chapter is about developing deep trust in the plan of the universe and realizing that every trial, every difficulty has a deeper purpose. The universe is always acting in your best interest, even if it is sometimes hard to believe when you are in the middle of a crisis. Sometimes it seems as if everything is working against you, as if the ground is being pulled out from under your feet. But it is precisely in these moments that the hidden plan of the universe unfolds. Every challenge, every trial is part of this plan that prepares you to reach your full potential. What may seem like an insurmountable hurdle today may be the key to a new understanding or greater realization tomorrow. Trust is the key building block to recognizing and accepting this plan. It's easy to trust in moments of success, but true trust shows up in the moments when you don't have clear answers and life makes you feel like everything is falling apart. This is where the universe invites you to surrender and trust that everything is for your good, even the painful experiences that make you grow. Joe Dispenza often talks about the universe testing us again and again to see if we are ready to step into our true power. These tests are not meant to punish us, but to teach us that we have more control over our reality than we often believe. You will learn that the universe always gives you the lessons you need most at the time, even if they seem uncomfortable. These lessons will challenge you to shed old patterns and embrace new ways of thinking and feeling. There is also a deep wisdom hidden in this process of challenge and healing. The universe is asking you to recognize yourself in your true light. Each trial brings you closer to understanding that you are part of a greater plan, that your life has meaning far beyond the pain of the moment. You are not here to live in fear or uncertainty. You are here to grow, heal, and realize that you are part of an infinitely wise universe that is constantly supporting you. Albert Einstein once said, "The most important thing you can ever ask yourself is whether the universe is a friendly place." And this very question leads you to the realization that the universe, even when it sends you trials, is friendly in its essence. It wants you to grow. It wants you to fulfill your true potential. It sends you the experiences you need to discover this potential. The great plan of the universe is a plan of unfolding, of transformation. You are never really alone on your path. The universe is always acting alongside you. Your task is to trust this process, even if the answers are not immediately clear. The more you trust this plan, the easier it will be for you to recognize the meaning even in the darkest moments. Now that we have completed the journey through the trials of the universe, one thing is certain: you are ready to shape your life from a new perspective. You have learned that the universe is not working against you, but is always guiding you to the next level of your consciousness. You have realized that the trials you face are part of a bigger plan that invites you to discover your highest potential. Continue to trust in the path the universe has prepared for you. Trust in the lessons you encounter and in your ability to master them. For the universe is not only your teacher, it is also your greatest ally on your journey to a fulfilled and conscious life.